Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Albert here, and I'm here at Cons Home Plus. Actually, it's no longer Cons Home Plus because they went out of business last year. But what you're looking at is the future site of Micro Center in Phoenix, Arizona. That's right, Phoenix is finally getting a Micro Center. So, yeah, the rumblings about this started, maybe a month ago, maybe a little longer. And so, you know, everyone's been clamoring to get a micro center in their town. On the West Coast, they're a little sparse. I mean, the closest one to people in Phoenix is probably Tustin, California, which is, geez, like 500 miles or so. No, not really sure, but it's pretty far. So, anyway, a few weeks ago on Reddit, somebody posted this, which is a City of Phoenix building permit. It's a partial interior demo, and the address is 4531 East Thomas, and it's Arcadia Crossing. And this is pretty much right there. It says it's for Micro Center. Um, and so this building started off a long time ago as a Sears, and then eventually, Sears, they kind of had bad times, and so then it became a Cons Home Plus, and so Cons Home Plus. With their kind of business is that they sold furniture, electronics, TVs, video games, anything you'd want, But the thing was is that people with poor or challenged credit could come here and they could get financed. They would pretty much offer credit to just about anybody, but the interest rate would be really high. And then on top of that, their retail prices were just higher than MSRP. Like you would probably pay, you know, easily 25 to 50% more than what MSRP was on an item. So you were really paying through the nose for something. And so about a year ago, they announced their bankruptcy, and then they closed all their locations. And um, so that's what happened with Cons. And so if you ever go on social media and you see people on YouTube, different reviewers, Jay's Two Cents, or you know Paul's Hardware, any of those guys that review PC hardware, and then they would always do videos at Micro Center. They're all California based, and so Micro Center is a great place. They have great prices, great inventory on PC components, and everyone's just clamoring to get a Micro Center in their town. And if you look in the comments of any of Micro Center's social media, you see people in the comments saying, "Please bring a Micro Center to this city, or bring a Micro Center to this city." And Phoenix was no different. I would even be in their comments saying, "Hey, bring one to Phoenix. We're like the fifth largest city in the United States. Why don't we have a Micro Center? We have big tech companies coming here. We have Intel. Intel has fabs here. We have TSMC building their fabs here. We have Google. They're putting infrastructure here. They're putting data centers here. So why not have a Micro Center here? There's going to be a lot of high tech workers here." And so, their social media, they always respond, "Oh, yeah, we're going to have our real estate team look into it." It's just the generic answer they always give. But yeah, then we started hearing rumblings about a month ago that this was actually going to happen. And so, yeah, I mean, so far the inside just looks like a barren store. There's still some old fixtures from Cons in there. But yeah, so this is where Micro Center is going to be. And Micro Center has officially announced it on their website. Um, they have a Phoenix listed as coming soon on their website, and it says it's coming in 2025. So if you can imagine that, it's already June. So that's like less than 7 months away to the end of the year. So they're gonna probably get working on this Micro Center pretty quickly. I mean, if I was gonna guess, they would probably have a target to have it open before the holiday season. That way, they could have plenty of shopping days for people buying they can hit that holiday season. So this is their parking lot. I mean, it's a huge parking lot, plenty of parking. Um, the whole shopping center, it's a big shopping center. There are plenty of things here. There's a Burlington over there. Go down further, there is a Target. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. So we got Burlington, we got Target way down there. Trying to get this footage right now before my phone overheats, because we are in Phoenix, Arizona, and it is damn hot here in the summer. June is, we've been into like the 114s, 112. So there's a Petco, there is a Costco, there's the Costco gas. So yeah, this is 44th Street in Thomas, which is pretty centrally located in the valley. I mean, if you know the Phoenix Valley, there's a Phoenix metropolitan area, and we are surrounded by smaller cities that are part of the Phoenix metro area. So you got Phoenix, then around that you have Tempe, Mesa, Scottsdale, and in the West Valley you got Glendale, Peoria, you got Avondale, Surprise. So Phoenix is this one big cluster of population with small cities just really stitched together with Phoenix proper. So this micro center will be in the middle of Phoenix proper. Well, it's in the middle of the Phoenix metro area. Not really in the middle of Phoenix proper, but it will be centrally located for people in the valley, which is a good thing. I mean, I'm sure Micro Center, in this day and age of online retailers, to open brick and mortar stores is kind of rare these days. And so I'm sure they want to have a good location so they can get a lot of foot traffic. Let me zoom out. I'm going to go into my car with the air conditioning. That way my phone will not overheat. So I got the AC blowing on my phone. So yeah. Anyway, so this is very centrally located, and it's going to be awesome to have a micro center here in Phoenix. We used to have 2 Fry's Electronics locations, and we all know what happened with Fry's Electronics. They shuttered their doors. Although, really, by the time they shuttered their doors in 2021, I mean, they were already a shell of their former selves. I mean, they had moved over to a consignment model, and pretty much, I mean, the people that ran Fry's Electronics ran it into the ground. They weren't paying their vendors, and that's why they had to switch to a consignment model, because who's going to give them product if they weren't willing to pay for it? So, yeah, we've been starving for a good PC building store for quite a few years in Phoenix. I mean, we have Best Buy. You can go into Best Buy sometimes and get maybe some parts you might be able to get, 1 or 2 choices in any particular category of, components for the computer. It's just really not what Micro Center is. And, I remember years ago, like I'm talking years ago in the 90s, there were a few small independent stores, but, they've gone away. And so, yeah, we really had nothing. And now, every time I go to California to go to Disneyland with my family, I always have to make that trip to Micro Center just to see it. And I'm just envious. It seems like every time I go to Micro Center in California, it's not at a time where I need to build a computer. I'm just going there just to go see it and experience it. But it's going to be really handy to have a Micro Center in town, because I build a computer at least every 2 years. I'm updating my specs of my computer, so that's just going to be awesome. It'll be awesome to maybe get into 3D printing, and I know Micro Center has a lot of 3D printing supplies, so that's going to be cool. Anyway, so this is the future Micro Center in Phoenix, Arizona, and I can't wait for it. And I think, I'm not really a YouTuber per se. I've never really done this before, but I think maybe I'm going to make regular visits here during the construction, just so that we can see the progress of this being built. So long as it's allowed, so long as there's nobody that's going to kick me out of here while it's happening. But I think it's going to be cool to see the transformation of this from Cons to Micro Center. Anyway, my name is Albert, and thanks for watching this video.